All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. This is the Batbran. How you guys doing? I'm still hyped. I'm still adrenaline fueled. Gotham's back, so we're back with a Gotham episode season review, season 5 episode 12 review. It was the second to last episode of the season, of the whole entire series. The next episode is the episode I've been waiting to see, the Batman episode, everything tied together, and the thing they showed at the end with that voice. It sounds perfect like Batman, and it's David Mazouz still. It is literally perfect. I loved it. And we're gonna get in and talk about it. Now, this episode was fantastic. Now, there was some parts I was kind of like, they really should not have ended it the way they ended it. But I am, sorry about that. I am very happy on what they did and how they did it. Now, just some parts here and there. But we're going to jump right into the episode review. By the way, if you have not watched the episode and you don't want spoiled, please leave now. But anyway, we're going to get right into this. First of all, the episode all starts basically where the last episode left off. Bane is on his way to the GCPD to kill both Bruce Wayne and Jim Gordon for Nyssa Al Ghul, who we find, Director Walker, who we find out is Nyssa Al Ghul, one of the daughters of Ra's al Ghul, if you guys didn't know. And they basically, all these people team up together. They only have like 30 men and they have about 700 because he ends up enlisting the army and basically forcing the army to work for him and kill these innocent people in Gotham. How it works is they all barricade down and bear down in the green zone to stop Bane, and team up together, and Penguin and there was a nice little moment with Penguin and Riddler as well, where they do find themselves at the end of the episode, and they accept the personas as a Riddler and the Penguin at the end of the episode, and it was a nice little moment too, because it was a culmination of everything, because they almost try to stab each other in the back, and then they turn it around and they hug, and I guess they've gotten past that point of trying to kill each other. But how it went is Nyssa is at City Hall with Barbara, and who we now know they did name her Barbara. I was thinking at first that Nyssa was going to take her daughter, and that was going to be Talia al Ghul, but they did not. Luckily, they did not do that. Very happy that they didn't do that. Now, another thing that I'm very happy that they did not do, they did not have Jim Gordon be the one to finish off Nyssa. Nyssa escapes, of course, but they didn't have him beat her. It was Barbara and him. It was Barbara and Jim, and they worked together, and they took her down. And of course, she did escape in the sub that was there, with all that money too, and Edward the dog. But which I don't know what she's gonna do with Edward the dog, but okay. And all that money. But anyway, what happens is there is a big standoff with Penguin, Riddler, and all the other guys that they have with them, and Jim against Bane and his 700, and they end up, Penguin gets a grenade blown near him, and he gets shrapnel, and it destroys his eye. So we get confirmation Yes, he is going to have the monocle. He is going to look like the OG Penguin. Well, then we have and then he gets this big, humongous bazooka and blows out the door. And they walk through to the GCPD, at least try to. So what they do is we find out, which I love this little moment with Lucius and Bruce. Lucius is going over all this little equipment that Bruce has and that has for him, and it's literally all proto Bat stuff. But the one thing that really caught my eye, and I was like, I see what they did there. It was kind of like an EMP device or something like that, but it would attract some winged mammals, aka bats. And how it works is literally perfect, because we have a moment, which I'm going to get to, where there is something that he's randomly, the thing comes up about Jeremiah Valeska, and he talks about the bombs that he used to do. Bruce does, and well, we find out that one of his X bombs that was turned back into a battery was powering the GCPD. Well, they decided to get rid of that, take it out, turn it back into a bomb, and destroy a building to stop the army. Well, what they did was they destroyed Wayne Enterprises. Wayne Enterprises, the building that was connected to him and his family way back in the olden days. He even says, because I remember my most fondest memories being here. My family literally fought for this city and gave their all until they had to give their all. And I'm going to do the same. And they destroy the Wayne Enterprises, which I had a feeling it was going to be winter, and Wayne Enterprises falling. It did look like it was from the trailer that they were showing. So I did have a feeling it was going to be that. But the thing that gets me, right after they leave, they go down a couple blocks and they're leaving, and they encounter Bane. And I was so hyped for that moment, because I've been waiting for this moment for a long, long time, and I've wanted to see how they would get the characters to react with one another, and this is probably how Bane would realize later in life that Bruce Wayne is Batman, and I think that's how he's gonna find out later in the future. Now, him and Bruce and Selina fight against Bane. They work together. They're doing pretty good against him. But he can't. Eventually, Bane overpowers them, and Bane has Selina in his grasp, and he's about to pop her head like a cherry. And luckily, she stabs him, and must have stabbed one of the valves that he had. I would say to his venom, and Bruce attaches the sonar device on him, and all these bats fly out, and Bane freaks out because all these bats are attacking him, and he ends up running away. We see later in a scene right after that, his face is all messed up on the side, and he's all cut open and stuff, and I see this little green tube, and it's almost like he's turning something on, and you see this little green tube. I think that's him activating his venom again, and he's going to start developing an addiction to it, and slowly he will start losing himself and become more Bane-like, and become this big monstrous being of pure power and destruction. But the thing that got me, the thing that he said, he goes, I love that. He said something about breaking his butler. He goes, it's too bad you weren't here, in person to watch me break your butler. But you get to watch me break your little friend. And it was more like kill her. And he goes, I could just one little pressure point and I could squash her head in. And she takes out this knife, stabs him. And they escape, obviously. And Bane then forces them to march to the GCPD. And there's a confrontation. Then afterwards, Nyssa Al Ghul does run away, as I said. She ends up getting the submarine and escaping. Then we have a moment with a standoff. With a standoff with the people of the GCPD that are still left, because all the people, the refugees, once they figure out that they're surrounded, because they find out information that they're pretty much surrounded by Bane and all his men, and they go out to confront them, the ones that are left, the 6 or 7, because Jim tells them all to get out of here, including Lee and Barbara and all of them. But just like he says, if you want to stop us, this is a war. And he goes, oh, this isn't a war. This is a firing squad. And he has them all line up to get ready to shoot and kill them. And just when you know it, all these people come out, and the soldiers have a second thought and all turn their guns on Bane. And Bane has no choice but to drop his gun, because he is outmatched and outgunned, and he's smart enough to know to not fight a losing battle. Now, the other thing that got me, it was after all the stuff and they took down Bane. There was a moment where we finally hear Barbara's name. Barbara's full name. Barbara I honestly thought Barbara was going to die. I am surprised they let her live. But she has lived, and she's alive. I honestly thought they would. Sorry about that. I honestly thought they were going to kill her off. But luckily she's not dead. Now, the other thing, Barbara kind of is warmed up to Jim now. Jim, at this point, this was the first time him seeing his daughter, in the middle of a crossfire and in war and all this stuff, and it's the first time of him seeing his daughter. So, very Jim Gordon-esque, by the way, also. Now, what happened was, they're back at the GCPD, and Barbara tells him, what should I call you? As holding the baby, sorry. I'm using my gallery as a thing because YouTube Mobile won't let me. It's weird. YouTube Mobile won't let me do my things through YouTube Mobile anymore unless I have 1,000 subscribers, which is stupid. Okay, YouTube, look at me. That's stupid. Okay, sorry. Anyway, she tells him her full name, Barbara Lee Gordon. And I love that they did that, because what she ties it all together with, she says, so she knows the 3 people she can turn to if there's she has a problem. Barbara, Lee, and Gordon. That's so good. Like, that's really good writing. And then we have a moment where they're getting everything's turned over. Everything's turned over then, and I guess the mayor or whatever, the army is rebuilding Gotham again, and they're repurposed for that, and then the mayor gives all the people that fought in the battle a Medal of Honor, and gave Commissioner Gordon the title of Commissioner. So he's where needs to be now. Riddler, Penguin are where they need to be at, and now we have Barbara Gordon on the scene as well. So everything's set up. Now, here's the one thing I want to say, which was a little Easter egg for you people that are fans of Nightwing. While Lucius was going over the thing and he was talking about that little sonar device, that EMP thing, he was talking, it was called the Nightwing Project. I loved that little like drop of a hint to, they didn't ever show Dick Gray. I don't think they didn't show Dick Grayson, but they showed his parents in Gotham. But the fact that they've at least dropped the name Nightwing, and that's where probably the Nightwing name is going to come from Bruce when he becomes Batman, is going to make sense. But at the whole commissioner thing, while he's getting coordinated to become commissioner, Bruce talks to him and tells him that he's leaving Gotham. He's leaving Gotham, and the last words he tells him is, "Gotham is always your home, Bruce. Never forget that." And he leaves, and I don't think Selina's going to be too happy that he left, because he leaves without telling Selina, and he leaves Selina a card, and right when she's about to leave, or about to get there, he's leaving. He's gone. He's flying away, and she sees him flying away, and you just see her face. She's not angry, but I think she's hurt. It's Selina. And I think since he's gone, she's going to do the only thing she knows to do. Steal. And she's going to steal. Now, I saw the trailer for the final episode, and a lot of it seems like it's going to be a mixture of different things. It's kind of going to be like Batman Year One-esque, where it's going to be a lot of people ain't going to believe this Batman person is real, that he's a real person. And I think the real confrontation where we're going to see a full picture of Batman is in two scenes. We're going to see him with the Joker. Obviously, we're going to see him with Jeremiah Valeska, because they're the two most popular characters in the show, along with Jim Gordon. And we're going to see him with Selina. We're going to see him with Selina as Catwoman. They're going to have our moment together, and then he's going to reveal to her, "Hey, it's me. It's Bruce. Hey, it's me, Selina." And I think they're going to end it with both of them embracing in a kiss underneath, on a rooftop underneath the skyline of Gotham. And then they could probably end it with a little monologue by David Mazouz's Batman. Would make sense. But the one thing that really gets me is Jim in the trailer did not look like he had the iconic mustache. And that upsets me a little bit. Because why? But it seems like it's going to all culminate, it's all going to pull together with this final episode. And I really think this is going to be the episode that's really going to really going to be the best one yet. I mean, they have to. They're going to go out in a bang. But what upsets me the most is it's over after this. Next week is the final episode, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't want it to end. This show was my favorite TV show probably of all time, and the fact that it's done after this, I know Clint, my friend Clint, he told me he almost cried when he found out Supernatural was ending. I may. I would never do that, but I mean, it's a TV show. Why would I cry over it? But I love this show. The fact that it's ending is it's tough to swallow. It's tough to take in, but I'm hoping maybe what they can do is end it and then make another series. It's always a possibility they can make another series like they are with the Pennyworth series, which is supposed to be in the Gothamverse and is a prequel to it's a prequel to Gotham, for Alfred. And we're gonna get more of a backstory on Alfred. But I really do think also we're going to we could get another side show in the future with the Batman, and we can get Batman in a TV show, in a TV series. But until then, I'm just going to end this with some final comments. It seemed like in that trailer that they showed a lot of people. I want to know why Barbara had red hair. I think she's going to become Batwoman. Barbara Keene is her name. So maybe I have a feeling she's going to become this dark vigilante type that I have a feeling because I don't understand the whole thing with that, why she's going to have red hair all of a sudden now. But it just randomly, she had red hair in the trailer that they showed for the final episode. But I think how it's going to work, from what it looks like, it shows Bruce as a young man going up to the mountain, probably to meet the master and the shaman and the different stuff like that he used to train to become Batman in the comics. And many different masters that he trained under. Obviously, he isn't going to train under Ra's al Ghul like he did in some comics. But because Ra's al Ghul is dead, but he will. I really do think then we're gonna get a moment where this Bat person, they're gonna start talking about Batman, and they're gonna show some other characters and act like a myth. It's gonna be kind of Batman Year One. If you guys ever watched Batman Year One, I think it's gonna play just like that. And I'm excited for this episode, and it showed. I don't know why. There was part Jim got all angry and attacked. What's his name when she said, "Is it Jeremiah Valeska?" And Jeremiah Valeska's laughing, and it shows it. So we know Joker's going to be in the final episode as well, and we're going to get some showed off of Penguin and Riddler and different characters, and I think we're going to get a lot of other characters as well. But the thing that got me, and I'm going to end with this, it shows Catwoman going in to this thing, going in and taking like she normally does. And it kind of showed a little confrontation between her and Batman. And you see Bruce coming up, and Jim coming up this thing, and he goes, "I know you're in here." And you hear David Mazouz's voice mixed with a voice changer, saying, "I'm not your enemy." And then you see the back of his head. I just want to see the full thing. I want to see the full picture. I want to see what he looks like. I want to see what the Batsuit looks like. Please. Because if this is as good as I say it is, I'm telling you right now, I will lose my crap. I will be so excited, and I can't wait. So, I'm going to end this live stream here, guys. This was just a little Gotham live review. If you guys did enjoy this episode, enjoy this review too, put down your discussion, what you thought about the episode, your favorite part, so on and so forth, and what you think about Gotham ending, and the final episode as well. But if you enjoyed the episode, leave a like. That always does help. And sub today if you're a fan of Gotham, a fan of Batman in general, or just a fan of this guy, the Dark Knight, the Batbran. Please subscribe to the Dark Knight Army today. And as always, stay awesome, my Dark Knight.